A strange kind of golden age, as I was saying before, but also considerable volatility and chaos. And it's so important that you see clearly into this future by recognizing, by observing. That's why I say you should spend about 45 to 60 minutes per day on looking at what's not already here. And that has been traditionally kind of weak in Europe as compared to China, for example, or of course the US and Silicon Valley. Understanding, listening to the future, that is so crucial. When you do that, your life will change, your company will change, and you're moving into a different direction as far as that future is concerned. So there's three things that I want to talk about in this speech, and generally a big part of my conversations these days that I have with people. First, digitization, then decarbonization, going green, and reformation of society and the goals that we have in society. Clearly, digitization is a main thing and a major challenge in Greece. That needs to happen because it brings productivity, it brings investment. That is crucial. And of course, decarbonization, I think Greece can become a leader in this in Europe and worldwide, and export green energy as well. And finally, reformation, changing our society to be based on different rules, to bring in a new kind of post-capitalism or sustainable capitalism. That's going to be essential. Let's start with digitization and exponential change. We are moving warp drive into this future, not stepwise, and this is very hard to understand for people. And I think we're looking at this linear thing as humans: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But this is not the way technology works, right? Moore's law, Metcalfe's law, Wright's law. We are leaping 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, and we're now at 4, and jumping in the next 10 years to 256, if not faster. Your kids will live in a world that's going to be so radically different than anything that we can even imagine today. I mean, here's some stats from the COVID crisis, how e-commerce has picked up, and remote working, of course, big deal, the nomads, right, digital nomads in Greece, telemedicine, remote learning. I mean, we can do stuff online. Yes, we miss people. And so the future is going to be hybrid. But these things are a ticket to the future of Greece, for example, by finding workers that are not in Greece, or finding a way to attract them to come to Greece to do this by being remote workers. Very, very big topic. Remote everything, that is definitely the future, but of course converging with our human needs to always gather. You've seen the movie Blade Runner, yeah? It's basically, we are here now. We have flying taxis, they're being tried in Dubai. I wouldn't go in one quite yet, but the next 10 years will bring more change than the previous 100 years. Look at the examples, like here, this social commerce, right? The concept of actually doing things online on a mobile streaming device and purchase things there. This is very, very big in China. One of the big changes of how e-commerce is changing. And of course, for example, shipfaring and navigation and container shipping. The entire shipping industry has to go green, has to be automated. I mean, mind-boggling changes. I know 80% of the world's big shipping fleets are Greek. So very, very big topic that we have to get ready for. As I was saying earlier, the leaping effect. Right? We are now at 4, and don't expect this to go linear. If you have kids, you got to think about that one. If your kids are 15 now, they're going to see a world that in the next 20 years is going to leap almost one time around the world, right? 30 steps exponentially, that is 26 times around the world, right? It's not 30 times out to the street or 30 times to a place that I can imagine. It's basically unimaginable progress in a very fast way. So here's some stats. By 2030, 80 to 90% of the world will be connected. There will be almost no place left where you can't work remotely. 5G, 10G, right? Remote, virtual, anywhere, anything. Low-flying satellites covering the entire world. Exponential change. Total convergence of online and offline. And yes, we're going to remain offline as a luxury, right? And that's human to remain offline. Clearly, offline is a new luxury. Great tourism approach for Greece, obviously. Sustainability revolution. This is not a stepwise approach. It's leaping, and you have to get ready. You could take leadership on this. Radical decarbonization. The convergence of biology and technology and biosciences. Bioengineering, rebooting healthcare, very big opportunity, and education. That's going to be the next Google. right? Because education is moving online and, of course, combining with real-life presence. That is going to be a great opportunity for Greece as well to become a global hub for education. So when we look at the future, I like the Alvin Toffler saying when he says we should look at the framework that's changing, not the picture. And the picture change is saying like, okay, tourism has to go sustainable. That's the picture. But the framework is much larger. The framework of all the things that become possible because of data, cloud computing, the Internet of Things, quantum computing, natural language processing, AI, blockchain, 3D printing, virtuality and genetic engineering, opportunity over opportunity. I mean, basically, we don't know where to invest first because of all these things that are happening. And what role will Greece play in this? I mean, Greece has lots of great researchers that could bring more progress to the economy as well, and to attract those would be also crucial. Let's look at the framework, how that's changing. Very important, 4 things. Data is the new oil. I've been saying that for 15 years. But data can also be kind of a plutonium, a weapon. Look at Facebook. Right? And we have to be very careful with how we use data. I'll talk more about that later. Artificial intelligence, machines that can not think, but recognize patterns. They're not thinking like we do. Right? And that's become the new power, the electricity that connects all the data. Very important to use that wherever we can in a safe way. I prefer to call it IA, intelligent assistance, rather than AI. Use it as smart software. The cloud is a new office. Very, very key point for Greece in my view, because so many people would like to work in the cloud from a really nice place. Connectivity is a major issue. Needs to be there so that you can really do all that stuff, because the cloud requires very soon virtuality, holograms, and so on. And that's kind of becoming our new senses. Also a little bit scary when you wear glasses, augmented reality glasses, or the virtual reality helmet. You can be like Tom Cruise in Minority Report and pull out the data, yes, but what will that do to us being human? Now we're going to have to really balance this, because, you know, as we see that all the money is moving towards the tech industry. Look at the revenue increases here, the income from the tech companies, mind-boggling, right? This is where we're going. This is where the new money is, and we need to have a part of this. And every country, especially the small countries, you know, we're looking at the same issues here in Switzerland. The other day I spoke at the IAA, the car industry event in Munich, and I could see the future right there. You know, basically what's happening here is all of those factors, data, AI, cloud, that's changing the car industry completely. And we have to be ready for that, to do the same to agriculture, to do the same to energy, to do the same to medical. Huge opportunity everywhere to digitize and to essentially progress in this way. And looking at governance, right? For example, in Estonia, you know, clearly Estonia is a digital country with a digital passport. Greece could really learn from that, right? 99% of government services are already online, lots of digital startups. And they're saying basically to get people to adopt the digital, we have to give them incentive. For example, a faster tax return or even a discount. And that's something that needs to happen in Greece, I feel, by bringing up productivity, by digitizing, as I said before. So now that we're moving into this world where basically it is science fiction becoming science fact, it is not just digital transformation anymore. That would be too easy. It's social transformation. It's transforming the way that we collaborate and that we work together. And ultimately, it's a human transformation. It changes who we are. And we have to be a little bit careful on this. And we have to be thinking with precaution, not just do things because they become possible. Right? We have to also think about the things that we may not like. Because the question really is about our values in the end, and ethics. Ethics is knowing the difference between what you have the right and the power to do and what is the right thing to do. That's Greek philosophy from the very get-go, right here, right? This is an American Supreme Court judge, right? This is so important to keep it in check, along with what I call telos, what Greek wisdom calls telos, right? The purpose or the goal and the final end, right? Aristotle once said, everything has a purpose or a final end. If we want to understand what something is, we must understand the final end first. What is the final end of where we are going? What kind of future do we want? Do we want an equal, justice, sustainable future? That is a key question for CEOs, because if you have the right answer, you go beyond GDP, beyond growth and profits, then you can discover there's entirely new things waiting for us on the other side of this equation. People, planet, purpose, and prosperity. This paradigm change is everywhere. As I like to say, technology drives our societies, but ethics define it.